Well, things got dirty for Mr. Sanchez. This is what happens to bad people when good people fight back. I'm Mike, and this is the Mike Martin Podcast. Let's take a look.
Facing 3 misdemeanor charges in relation to an incident where he was stabbed and taken to the hospital. The Indiana Metro PD said Sanchez was arrested at the hospital on suspicion of battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. An Indy reporter reported the following: "We can now report what is stated in the police narrative from last night's stabbing involving former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez. According to the police narrative we received from sources, Sanchez was not cooperative with police when they first arrived on the scene. Another man listed as the victim in the police report told police he was delivering food when Sanchez told him he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. The man told police Sanchez started threatening him and following him and then attacked him. The man said he first tried to pepper spray Sanchez and it didn't work. He said it was at that time he defended himself with a knife. Police noted the man had a significant injury to his face. Sanchez was taken to the hospital in critical condition and underwent surgery. It is important to note Sanchez has not been interviewed yet." So as the police, as the gentleman, I think he's like 63, Ocho, as he's telling the story, he's delivering DoorDash.
Yeah.
He's parked in an area.
Okay.
He said, this is what he said. So all we can go about is what's being reported.
PT walked around the driver's side and again attempted to get his cell phone from inside the truck, but Mr. Sanchez shoved PT back. Now it's getting physical. PT realized things had escalated and he was now in physical danger. So he reached into his pocket. Thank God he had this stuff on him, right? Or who knows what would happen, allegedly. Grabbed his pepper spray and sprayed Mr. Sanchez in the face. PT said the pepper spray appeared to have an effect on Sanchez for a moment, but Sanchez wiped his face and again advanced towards PT. PT thought, this guy is trying to kill me. The officer's putting this in here because, and recently, unfortunately, there's another story with a football player, the LSU wide receiver, that maybe I'll look into if you guys are interested in, where sometimes cops tell you what to write down to use the magic words. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but this guy is trying to kill me is pretty much magic words for self-defense. If you are going to use deadly force, if you're going to use deadly force against Mark Sanchez to protect yourself, you have to be in fear for your life. So the cops put in quotes, this guy is trying to kill me, is what he thought about Mark Sanchez. So what did he do? He pulled his knife. And here's the thing about what PT did. Tried to get his phone, tried to flag down a security officer, tried to get his phone again, used pepper spray, which is non-lethal. And then when it didn't stop, he used potentially lethal methods. I would say using your knife the way he did is lethal methods. So he did rise to that level as far as getting to full self-defense. So he pulled his knife, and when Mr. Sanchez came at him, PT went at Mr. Sanchez and struck him 2 or 3 times with the knife. PT said he found himself flying back into the dumpster and falling onto the pallets on the ground. While he was on the ground, PT was not aware of what Mr. Sanchez was physically doing to him, whether he was punching him or otherwise striking him. So at this point, he's like blacking out. Like, I don't even know what's happening. But based on the injuries to his cheek and things like that, potentially he was getting punched in the face or otherwise. While PT was on the ground, he could only see the feet of Mr. Sanchez coming at him, making PT realize that he was in life or death situation. Again, cops putting the magic words in, life or death situation. Somehow PT made it to his feet, and when Mr. Sanchez came at PT, he stabbed Mr. Sanchez one last time. The next thing PT knew was Mr. Sanchez looked at him with a look of shock. He slowly turned around, and Sanchez took off northbound in the alley. Officer Mark Mears, an evidence technician, processed the scene, taking photos and collecting evidence, which was taken to the property room. A search warrant was applied for the box truck by Detective Gray and granted under cause number whatever for the collection of the knife that was located on the driver's seat. Mark Sanchez was placed under arrest for battery, unlawful entry to a motor vehicle, and public intoxication. Now, those charges would later get upgraded, which we are going to talk about that in a second. When we talk about self-defense, this very easily could have been flipped. And PT could have gotten arrested for aggravated battery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and could be having to prove that he acted in self-defense. But the videotapes helped a lot. And the fact that Mark Sanchez couldn't even tell the officers what happened.
Start a fight or elicit
a fight or something like this. Again, he's a professional, right? Like, he's a professional broadcaster. He's there for work. Like, this is what made it so surprising. So this goes against the person that I've known for the past 20 years.
Sports journalist Arash Markazi and the founder of the Sporting Tribune has known Sanchez since their time together at USC. Please respect his and his family's privacy during this time. This isn't Sanchez's first run-in with the law. In 2006, he was accused of sexual assault at USC, but the charges were later dropped.
Flying by the seat of my pants, this can't be real. How long will this last? You got me 10 knots above heaven if you feel what I feel. Looking down at the clouds, saying, man, this can't be real. Remember what I said, when you don't feel that glamour? Because baby, if you screw me over,